Okay, today we're going to work on brightening and whitening teeth. We're going to start with Hillary. So you're going to go to File, Open, and you'll find your teeth whitening folder in your network drive and choose Hillary Smile. Now after you learn how to do this, you can work on anybody's smile that you want to. The first thing we're going to do is make a copy of the background layer, because we always want a copy just so that we don't mess up the background layer, and also because it's nice to be able to see the before and after. So if you only work on the background layer, you can't really see the before. You can only see the after. So it's nice to be able to compare those. To make a copy, you can Control J. You can right click and duplicate layer. You can drag it down to this piece of paper, or you can go up to the top and go to Layer, New, Layer via Copy. However you'd like to make a copy, go right ahead. Alright, the next step is to zoom in just a little bit. So I've clicked on my magnifying glass and I'm going to zoom in maybe twice, and I'm going to select her teeth. So probably the easiest tool to do a selection of teeth is the Quick Selection tool. And now when you're on the Quick Selection tool, you want to do the plus sign, because we're adding to a selection. And probably start around 16. Now if I were you, I would just click one time and see what it selects instead of clicking and dragging. That can be dangerous. And I'm going to make my brush size a good bit smaller. You want to get all the little, I got way too much. I have to go back and minus sign that out. Okay, I'm going to click on the minus sign. I don't want any of her lip. I don't want any gum, any of the gums, but I'm going to decrease the size and try to get this little plaque up here. Definitely want to get all the yellowish parts. Alright, I'm going to press pause so that I can concentrate on selecting her teeth, and then I'll be back with you. Once you have a pretty good selection, we're going to modify this selection a little bit, and I'll show you why in a second, but first go to Select and Refine Edge. When you go to Select, Refine Edge, it shows you your selection. So it's really choppy. If I were to whiten this, it would look like she had these little white jagged things everywhere. So what I want to do is increase the feather a little bit. Okay, 3.5 looks good. I'm going to hit OK. Alright, what should we do with this selection? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make a lot of changes to her teeth. And the easiest way to do that is to group all the changes in a folder. So I'm going to make a folder, and to do that you're going to go to your Layers palette and go down to the bottom and find the one that looks like a folder. Now we have a folder. There's nothing in it right now, but that's okay. We're going to add some stuff to it. What I want to do, we learned about masks, and I want to add a mask to the folder. So to do that, since I have the teeth selected, all I have to do, make sure the folder is selected, group 1, go down to our mask button, which is the square with a circle in it, and click. My selection goes away, but it adds the selection to a mask. So I showed you how to hold down Alt, and click on the mask, and it'll show you your selection. It shows you your mask. So remember, the way a mask works is anything that is white will show up. Anything that is black will not show up. Okay, so I'm going to hold down Alt and click my mask again. And it's important that we have only this part showing up, because, don't do this part, but I'm going to show you if I added a solid color. If it were not, let's see, if it's just down here, it makes the whole screen red, right? If I put it in this folder, then the only part of it that's showing up is the part that's white on this mask, which is our selection of teeth. Okay, definitely don't want that, so let me delete that. What we do want to do is go down to our adjustment layer button, the half white, half black circle, and go to HueSaturation. Okay, this is going to sound funny, but we're going to make her teeth orange. And to do that, we're going to click on Colorize. And then we're going to drag the hue all the way to the left until it looks almost red, and then up just a little bit until it's kind of a nice shade of orangish yellow. Probably 27 looks good. And then you're going to decrease the saturation. Now if I were to decrease the saturation all the way, her teeth look gray. So I'm just going to decrease it maybe to about 20, maybe a little less. 20 looks good. Okay, when I'm finished, I'm going to click those little things. If yours didn't go in the folder, like if yours is maybe up here, it makes her whole face like that. So to drag a layer into the folder, you're just going to click on that layer and drag it on top of the folder and then let go. So now it's only under there. Now I think what I need to do is go to my layer mask, and you see how this is showing up kind of gray. I think I need to delete some from our layer mask. So I'm going to click on that, do my paintbrush black, make sure I don't have a leaf selected. I'm going to do a feathered brush. I need to make it pretty small. Make sure I'm on my layer mask. I'm going to paint this just make sure I don't have any parts. Okay. Alright, not finished yet. Now what we're going to do is add a adjustment layer that's solid colored. And we're going to make it white. So now she has white teeth. Completely white. We're going to change the mode of this layer. So you'll click right here and go down to soft light. Okay, it's still way too bright, so you're going to change the opacity. Again, if this layer is not in the group or in the folder, you need to drag it into the folder. Okay, we're going to change the opacity of this layer, the color fill layer, to something less than 20. Alright, now let's double click the hand. We'll see the before and after. To see the before, you're going to click on the eyeball on the folder. That'll make that layer go away. So before and after. It should look a lot better. But we're not done. Almost done. Now what we're going to do is go to layer 1. This is the picture of Hillary. I'm going to collapse that. And we're going to straighten up her teeth just a little bit. See how this one is much lower than this one? To do that, and this is how people like shrink their nose and everything else, you're going to go to Filter and go down to Liquify. By the way, I'm going to hit cancel. Make sure you're on layer 1. So Filter, Liquify. We want to zoom in just a little bit, so click on the magnifying glass, zoom into her teeth, maybe twice, and then you're going to click on the Forward Warp tool. It's the top one. You have to make sure that your brush size is much smaller than this. This will mess everything up. So I'm going to type in a brush size. I'm going to try 25. 25 might be okay. Alright, what I'm going to do is start right here in the right below where I want it to go up. And then just click and drag slightly. Okay. And then see, maybe we should bring this one up a little bit. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let me undo that. Alt Control Z. You might need to make your brush a good bit smaller to do this. If I really wanted to, I could scroll up and work on her nose. I don't know if her nose needs any help, but you could if you wanted to try. Probably needs to be about a size 75. I could click right here, move it in slightly. Alright, when you're done, hit OK. Now let's see if we can see the difference in her teeth. I'm going to click on the eyeball beside layer 1 so that I can see the background layer, which was what we started with. We'll look at her teeth first, and then her nose. So before, after, before, after. And then you can look at the difference between the yellow teeth and the white teeth. Alright, raise your hand when you're finished. Save this in your H drive. Thanks.